Hey, everybody.
Hi. Welcome.
Hey, you could have taken this opportunity while I was typing to say all the stuff without me.
No one says the stuff better than you.
Well, fine then. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon,
and me, Banshee.
who knows how to butter her up.
Banshee, keeper of the list.
Indeed.
All right, so...
Does it look a little dark to you?
What, the camera? A little bit.
Our view, yeah.
I wonder why. We got all the lights on here.
Hi, Sharon.
It's not that bad, though.
Okay, well.
All right, who just came in? Sherry L. Hi, Sherry. Oh, Shan.
Mysterious
Shan L.
Queen has also
And
arrived.
Mysterious Queen. Uh-oh. We might fill up right
Well,
away.
if we say good morning, it's because an old friend used to say, it's always morning somewhere in the world.
All right, let's see. Getting the list together.
So it's going to be a busy day because everybody keeps dropping
Cowboys.
in. And of course, we have a birthday reading to do today for a cell. Whether they're here or not, we do the birthday readings right at the beginning of the show, just after the card for the collective. So we're going to get going. We're just a reflection of all of you. Thank you.
All right. So I put the list out there. Perhaps while I'm getting my card done, keep an eye on the list and add to it, Mr. O.
No, thank you. Sure.
Of course, I am going to have you pick a card.
Alrighty, and thank you for leaving your questions. If you do navigate away, we're still going to do it if we have it. If we don't have a question, we may have to put you at the end of the list or skip over you.
All right, because we have a birthday reading, I'm doing a short crow affirmations from MJ Coulinane. This big, huge... Show the box. This big, huge deck. I couldn't get the booklet out, but watch, it'll fall out now for you.
No, I have my finger holding it in there.
Okay. So anyway, yes, there are like 96 cards in this deck. Lots of affirmations and pretty good write-ups.
There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's okay. There you go.
I didn't know if you needed it.
Well, no. The affirmation's on the back of the card, so...
Yeah, it's great when we get all the thumbs up, so please go ahead and give us a like, everyone.
Pull one out, Mr.
And I am...
What is it?
Aw.
Freedom. I am free.
I am free.
Free.
Nice.
It's interesting. Free at last, because Martin Luther King Day is next week. That's nice.
Cool. That's very cool.
So freedom. I am free. What does it mean to be free? May I have the card?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you needed the booklet.
No. I cherish my freedom to explore, to live fully and unencumbered, embracing each moment as an opportunity to discover and thrive. And what's really nice about this is, it really is everybody's right. Everybody should have the right to explore, to live as fully as they deserve to live, unencumbered, embracing each moment an opportunity. Everybody should be free to pursue, what is it in America? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Anything to add to freedom?
It's great.
It's great when we really have it.
Well, I'm thinking of that old 60s rock song by the Cream, Eric Clapton.
Okay.
I Feel Free.
All right.
And he was hardly a good singer, not Eric, but Jack Bruce. So it doesn't matter if I sing it bad or not because he probably did.
Well, not that it has anything totally to do with our card here, but I'm thinking of is it the Monkees song? I want to be free.
Yes, go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm not. Like the bluebirds.
Don't say you love me, say you like me.
Like the waves down on the blue sea.
Whoa, whoa.
Anyway. All right.
We are having fun.
It's my blast from the past. All right. Well, we got a birthday reading to go, so
let's stop
let's see. I guess
pussyfooting around here.
what I'll do, if you don't mind.
So, happy birthday, Estelle, was actually on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I don't remember.
Are you going to want to use the deck or one of mine?
Yeah, I want to use the deck.
All right. I know you'll have good cards. Nothing but good cards.
Yes, of course.
All right, for the birthday reading.
You have to. You have no choice, or you have to go away from the channel and find something else.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm going to use my newer deck, the Dark Angels. I decided that it's a Dark Angel day, and I pulled all my decks that more or less have some sort of Dark Angel thing going on there.
Well, what's going on with that, Mr. Scorpio?
I don't know. I want to be a Dark Angel.
Okay. I guess that's your prerogative. We're going to be using 2 different Lenormand decks today when we get to the regular readings.
Hi, Kara.
I'll be using the Tails for tomorrow, Lenormand.
All right, so card 1 on the birthday spread is the gift Estelle received last year that they can use to make the most of this year. And it's the King of Swords. And, there's a sense of determination with this. And that maybe, Estelle has realized, or you are going to realize, that sometimes you really have to figure out how to do it for yourself, that there is really no one else that's going to maybe do it for you. And so that's why the King of Swords is here. Maybe it's also saying, too, that the gift you received was also about better powers of discernment or making decisions for yourself as well. Hi, Sunny.
King of Swords upright, correct? Hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel.
Good to see you.
We're ready to close the list.
The King of Swords, almost, I swear. We're getting there.
Sunny.
Just kidding. We love it. We love it. All right. Well, Estelle, Sunny, please. Estelle, the King of Swords is about, I think the gift from last year was a time, that you could carry into this year, a time to really assess things more in your life. Look at things from different vantage points. This isn't the Hanged Man, of course, but it is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords talks about taking a pragmatic approach to your life and assessing. So maybe even at the end of the year, you've been thinking about how to progress in 2025, how to move forward, what kind of decisions and choices and moves you need to make that would be in your best interests.
So, card 2, what is the gift of the present moment, Estelle? And it is the reversed Queen of Swords.
Wow.
Just wanted to make sure. One's a king, one's a queen. I think I have them right.
Well,
we're going to go with it.
Ironically, the present moment, the gift is that, you can look at some of the missteps you may have made even just recently, because this is about the present moment, and not beat yourself up over them. I think here this is a time to learn. Maybe, this King of Swords and this idea of taking a pragmatic approach is a little bit of experimentation. Sometimes we make a decision just to see, or a move just to see if it's right for us. And I think the Queen of Swords is saying here, by trial and by error, you're going to start moving forward. But, the gift of the present moment is you can't be afraid of failure or defeat or let that stop you, from moving forward. You just then have to recalibrate and try something new. That's my
I like that. Remember what I said about the first card, that the gift from last year was a sense of determination, that you had to really kind of do some things for yourself. And so that leads maybe to the gift of the present moment. And this is saying that sense of determination has also given you the gift of realizing you can't really care or be overly concerned about what other people's opinions are on the decisions or questions or paths you're changing. And that to some degree, it's like I said, you're on your own. You're going to make your own bed and sleep in it. And for the most part, you'll be okay with that. So the more you understand that from that present moment point of view, the idea of saying you don't really want to let other people's opinions stop you from what you know your determination is leading you to.
All right, so card 3 is the gift from your connection with others in the next year.
And it is...
Reversed?
Yeah, it's a 9, right? Does that look like a 9 to you?
Yes.
It
looks like
about
9 swords
cards,
there.
yes. It's the reversed 9 of swords.
Okay, it's interesting you've got all swords, Asel,
So
far. We'll talk about some of these things later. Let's see how the rest of the reading goes. But the 9 of swords reversed is a good thing. I think others, being around others, socializing more, getting out around others might be just what you need to feel better about things, to feel less anxious, to feel less stressed. You need the companionship or, camaraderie of others, whether it's even just family, friends, colleagues, whatever the case may be.
Asel, I'm often scorpionically blunt, and I feel that a lot of times when you present here, you do sort of give us a sense of a lot of anxiety about where your path lies, and a lot of times it concerns about your status in a relationship or moving forward from that. And I think it's what Banshee says is you may have to try to take more comfort with others who are around you, who maybe can help you get through some of that and show you that life isn't all about that. That sometimes there are just some other things in life that maybe in a realistic way, they're more worth worrying about or being anxious about than some of the things you happen. I'm just going to say it that way.
But then again, getting out with others could possibly even solve
Agree.
that other problem.
Agree.
If you're looking for a partner, it's possible
twofer.
here.
It's a win-win.
And I feel this year that, socializing more will do you a lot of good.
So that kind of leads into card 4, the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals. And it is the Upright Magician.
Really?
Yeah. I almost feel like he's lighting a cigarette there. Doesn't it look like that? The way he's
a
bent
little
there?
bit. I like the way his hands are there, but there's nothing in the hand now.
Well, maybe it's a spirit cigarette. I don't know. Hey, Kara, light one up for me.
Oh, jeez.
So, the gift that will help you is realizing your sense of willpower, your sense of purpose, visioning, belief in yourself. And also maybe the idea that there are some things that you don't need to share with everybody when it comes to what those goals or those dreams are. That maybe sometimes the more you work with that from your own sense of inner determination, there I go again, that it may work more for you.
Well, you know what, Asel? As I think that this year you will adopt more tools. You will get more tools to help you with your dreams, goals, and visions. If it is to find a partner, it's the socialization aspect. If it is, other ways, you're not afraid to make moves and decisions that could fail. I think here the magician is saying, you will find the right chemistry here to move forward and manifest what you want. It may take some trial and error to get there, like I've said, but if you keep at it, if you persevere, if you are determined to finally make this year the year that you can manifest your goals, this reading is saying you can do that.
All right, so card 5, is the gift from your ancestors or your spirit guides or who may be watching over you in some sense of that term. And it is the reversed Hierophant. And the gift from the ancestors is saying you know, despite what I might have said here about some things, it's really saying break the mold a little bit. It's really saying try to think out of the box. Try to not necessarily do everything by the playbook you feel you've been working from.
Well, it kind of fits right in with what I was saying here, you know, about trial and error, not being afraid of failure, just to try different things, try different strategies, try different things out for yourself. Maybe shake up your life a bit and do some different activities you haven't done before. Whatever the case may be here, your ancestors want you to think or do things differently, out of the normal, out of, you know, and figure out what works for you. Figure out what brings you more joy. This is a year to experiment and explore.
And our final card, 6, is what the year will ultimately give to you. What lessons will you have learned, or what progress or growth you've made by your next birthday or just before that time. So the 6th card is, in fact,
reversed.
The moon reversed.
I like it.
I do too. It almost feels like maybe within this year or by the end of this year, you will have really learned or understood things you needed to know, especially if they were things that maybe were happening externally or otherwise that were kind of keeping you from your goals or making the decisions or finding a way to pursue the dreams you had.
So I think you come to some real clarity by year's end about your life and where things are heading, what you are capable of, what's worked for you, what hasn't. It just seems like if you make this a year where you really think outside the box, do things differently, explore, experiment, don't be afraid of making mistakes, making missteps, learn from them. There will be a lot of a clarity achieved for you by year's end. You will be, you know, going into 2026, you know, with a whole new attitude. I like it.
So happy birthday, Estelle. I hope everybody, you know, also wishes you a happy birthday. And somebody said strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Who did that? Kara?
Kara
Is that
did
Kara?
that. And now I can't stop thinking about them. So
strawberry Pop-Tarts. We haven't had Pop-Tarts in ages.
I know.
And my favorite is brown sugar cinnamon or the s'mores one. Come on.
All right. So once again, that was the Dark Tarot. And it occurs to me I wanted to find my Incubus Tarot, but it must be upstairs. I don't think it's around here.
All right, so yes, we are on Jackie.
So let's move on then. Happy birthday, Estelle. We're going to move on to Jackie.
Happy birthday to you, Estelle. I hope you have a great 2025.
Absolutely. And Jackie's question is, oh, I like this question. When I saw it earlier, Jackie, this is cool. I have 3 spirit guides. They have spoken to me in troubling times. Are any of them ancestors? How do you want to do that? I should have grabbed my ancestral path tarot, eh?
Yeah, maybe that would have been cool.
It's right over there. I could go grab it and let you.
Why don't we use anyway?
I know you wouldn't want me to upstage you too many times.
Wow, because it's my turn for my deck.
That was a pretty good reading. Hey, Russ, how's it going? Oh, I see. Banshee will be interested in that.
Halftime bills are up. I know. I've heard a number of people talking, Russ, now that, and I expect the Bills might win. I'm kind of surprised at the Texans and the Chargers. And let me just say, I just want to say this, Russ. I am no fan of that former Michigan coach Harbaugh. I am no fan. So I'm kind of surprised by the outcome of that, pleasantly. But anyway, everybody's talking about a Bills-Lions Super Bowl. A lot of people are talking about it. I don't know if it'll be a real thing, but we shall see.
Indeed. So what deck did you pick?
What deck did I pick?
You a new one?
I did. No. Yes, I did. My Cyril Marchetti one.
So let's
got lots of people's
mention the question again.
Yeah.
Jackie says she believes she has 3 spirit guides and that they have spoken to her in troubled times. Are any of them ancestors?
I'll tell you what. I'll let you shuffle and cut.
Oh, you will?
Yeah. Even though it's my deck.
Why are you
Since
doing
he
that?
felt so left out.
No, I didn't. I just did the birthday reading.
I know, but you were being snarky with me about, oh, gosh forbid you won't let me
Oh,
use
don't
my
make
deck.
me be snarky back with you, dear. You know you can't win.
Oh. Well, Sonny, just make yourself right at home here.
He do. You still didn't answer my question of how we're going to do this, but I guess we're going to see, eh?
All right. All right. I'm just throwing 3 cards, sir. And guess what the first one is anyway?
Uh-oh.
Why, it's the Ace of Cups.
The Ace of Cups.
And interestingly
I'd love to see
enough, it's the 7 of Swords.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh. But then we have
Wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
reversed.
You knew I was going to get that in there.
Yeah.
Well, my immediate vibe from the Ace of Cups, and I almost feel like each of these are for each of the different ones, is like the first one is somebody that maybe has always been with you, quote unquote, maybe over multiple times, and really loves you. And maybe in past lives, you know, there was more of this heart connection with them.
Well, you're talking about ancestors now, not, or you mean that they
Well,
you share past
I'm
lives
suggesting
with them?
that, of course, one of these is an ancestor or somebody who's been with you in past lives somehow, not necessarily a spirit guide.
Got it. I was just trying to look up the question again.
We'll do that too, yeah.
There were multiple guides, right, she was talking about?
Right, 3.
Okay. Well, it's interesting here. So if I had to look at them as the 3,
You don't have to. That's just me.
I could have done this reading a little bit differently, but in forethought. But I like this. This is fine. I think here, one of them definitely seems to be ancestral to me. And that one is, I think, where the Ace of Cups comes in. I think it's pretty clear there's love there. There's almost like a real closeness. So if it wasn't an ancestor, it could be somebody else you had a real close familial attachment with in a past life. I won't rule that out, but I do sense here it's ancestral. And there's just a sense of a lot of love and somebody who wants to watch over and protect you in some ways. Now, that 7 of Swords is interesting here. I think there's somebody here who doesn't want to really let you know who they are.
That's
it's
what I
somebody here who just wants to be a support. I really don't think they're necessarily bad, but I will say this. Their motives are kind of in between.
Perhaps there's definitely, I felt the same thing as you. I felt definitely this is somebody who doesn't necessarily want to be known to you. They like being a mysterious spirit guide to you. So it could be saying that maybe in addition to what Banshee says, that their motives aren't clear, that they don't have an ancestral connection, that they're more likely some other kind of entity, a spirit of some sort.
I will say this, that I don't, the Wheel of Fortune's bothersome, but if I'm looking at these as 3 different people, which I think I want to do, I feel that this person's kind of neutral. They're neutral, just that they're really operating very stealthy, and the way that they work may not be really apparent to you. I mean, you may not even realize how they might be helping or assisting you because it's just so under the surface. They're operating very clandestinely, more or less in your favor. But maybe there's something in it for them. See, that's just what I...
Well, the wheel is the hardest for me to figure on too, because I sort of feel like maybe it's not exactly either of those. It's not necessarily an ancestor that has a higher level of function for whatever reasons, or a spirit who maybe is attracted to you or does work with people. This sort of feels like it could be in between somehow, or something else altogether.
I don't know about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
I just wanted to say to Estelle, We did your birthday reading right after the card for the collective Acel. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We hope you enjoy the reading. You can go ahead and wind back and take a look at it. We always do the reading at the start of the show so you can find it easier. It'll be right after the card for the collective.
Hope you enjoy it.
Happy birthday.
It was a pretty good reading. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. A lot of stuff going on there. All right, so that's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And I really feel here that one of the spirit guides,
You're welcome.
I feel maybe two kinds of thoughts here. That this person, this guide, could be somebody who guides you through the darker times. Guides you through the times where, you know, things go amiss and that you feel luck has eluded you, luck has escaped you. There's one particular guide who's there for you at those particular moments. But on the other hand, I could also see this person as maybe coming to you, and maybe it both fits together now that I'm thinking about it. This guide might be helping you during these dark periods because I have a feeling you may have shared a past life together where you both suffered some type of calamity or tragedy together, and some sudden, you know, whether it was a sudden death, you know, some volcano that went off or earthquake or whatever the case may be. And they're here to guide you through crisis type moments.
Hey, Jabusin, go ahead and leave a question if you want. It may be a while before we get to it because we have a list going there. But welcome to our show. Jackie, I just had a sort of weird feeling a few minutes back when she was going on. And I felt like, is there a possibility that somebody who may have passed, not necessarily recently, but somehow, you know, and I had the word for it before, but somehow they had a connection with you, and maybe they're still, I'm wondering if it's either recently passed, who sort of feels like they're just hanging around because maybe they want to still connect with you, but they're sort of in that point where maybe their spirit hasn't totally felt it needed to go on to the next stage, moving towards reincarnation, you know, if that's possible. So it's just a thought.
I have you on the list. I'll be posting it in a minute, Jabusin. And for your information, we can only take 2 or 3 more people.
Okay, so we are near closing the
Yeah,
list.
because we are getting full up. Okay, so I'm not sure what you said there, but I know I made you shuffle, but you know it was your turn to do that.
Okay.
So,
well, I suggested that maybe there was somebody who either is not necessarily related, is also the feeling, but somebody you were connected to who has either passed recently or passed but still hasn't totally moved on.
I'm sensing another past connection here, past life. But
Okay, Jackie thinks it could fit.
Okay, it could be.
See you later, Russ.
Take care, Russ.
So this is the
And you know
Oracle
what?
card.
I never put Russ on the list. I don't know where Russ came in.
Is this Lenormand's or Oracle? It's a Lenormand. I'm sorry.
Lenormand, yeah.
I'm confused, but I'll tell you why later.
Okay.
It's actually good.
Well, you know, I'm going to put Russ on the list in case they do come back and want a reading, but they may not. So that means only 2 more people.
It looks like the Lenormand gives us a crossroads and a stork.
Oh.
And I guess that could be saying really that, not necessarily related to the question, but some new beginning is also a choice of a new path or leads to a new path.
Well, in regards to your question, I almost feel here the crossroads kind of sounds like that liminal space, doesn't it? That liminal space out there. And so I can't help but wonder if somebody else isn't going to come through. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you mean like another spirit?
That's right. You're just full up of a...
Can I borrow one?
You're just full up of a tribe of ancestors, or spirit guides, I mean, I guess, because I have a feeling something new could come through. Or maybe somebody is going to guide you in a new direction. I mean, I could see that. So, in relation to the question, but I don't know. When I saw that crossroads, I immediately thought, oh, somebody else is out there.
I don't think that's the cross, is it? It's really the cross.
I said the crossroads.
That's what I said too. Well, she's
it's
asking.
the cross.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's the cross. I'm sorry, Jackie.
She knew.
Number 36. Thank you, Jackie. Haven't used this deck in a while. I forgot. Okay.
And I don't know the numbers as well as I look at the images. So that's the cross.
Yes. And so now I have to figure this out again because the new beginning, what does this mean? So I think here this could indicate to me that there is possibly, some reason that these ancestors are around you more right now. And it might be that they're trying to steer you to a new beginning, to make sure that your new beginning, whatever you're trying to initiate this year, does not end up in disaster, does not end up in something that you will regret. So in other words, Jackie, in a way, maybe they're here because they know you want to start a new life and move, and they want to make sure that you're going in the right direction. I mean, that's just an example. So they may be here, and maybe it's with your health journey too, right? That, you don't make a decision that you might regret later.
I like
so that's what I kind of see
I'm not
now
sure
that I know what the card is. Yeah. Thanks, Jackie. Number 36. See, I know the numbers. Mr. O doesn't. And as soon as he said the crossroad, I looked at the crossroad and that was all I saw. So, oops.
Yeah.
I'll pay attention to the numbers. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I should learn them, I guess, eh?
Yeah, you've been using them long enough now. Some of them you remember.
All right.
Well, that's what we have for you. Interesting reading. Thanks for the question. We love reading.
Yeah, I love the question. You'll have to let us know
so
more.
There is the list for everybody asking. Libra Cusp is up now. We are a little late today because we did a birthday reading at the start of the show. And for new people here, just to remind you, when it's your birthday month, let us know in advance and we'll schedule in a longer birthday reading for you.
All right, so Libra asks, what's coming towards me? And I'm going to use the Barbieri Tarot.
Okay.
To me, it qualifies as a Dark Angel Tarot, and that's my theme today.
Okay. And this is your deck. I'm using a different one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We haven't gotten to you yet, Shan, if that's what you're asking. I'm not sure.
Hi, Shan. We've got you on the list, but as you can see, you're way down there on the list. We will be able to see your question. We just scroll back and look for it.
Yeah.
But we do the readings in order, so if you can't stay, just come back to watch the video.
Yeah, you're about 6 or so from now.
Quite a ways.
Okay, so the first card for Libra, what's coming towards me, and we're using your method, the 1, 2, 3, and it is the 7 of Swords. So it could be that maybe what's coming towards you is a revelation about things that have been going on in the background, or that you yourself might feel you have to kind of take certain matters into hand, even if it's a little bit on the sneaky side.
Is that card upright?
It's upright.
Yeah. So the 7 of Swords to me upright, I think, what's coming towards you is rather unknown. I mean, I think here it's going to be a period of some confusion, some trying to figure out if somebody, for example, is keeping information from you for some reason. Or there may be just a situation that you're in where you're not getting all the facts you need to know. So, for example, if you're making any major purchases or, doing any kind of deals with somebody, or, hey, applying for a job, for example, make sure you know all the ramifications before you get involved, because it seems like there may be something hidden here. So why is that important? And your thing important? And you can go back to that if you want.
Yes, right. It's the Five of Wands, and that kind of strengthens the idea of it possibly being related to work or employment. It may be important because maybe this is a situation where people have to work better with each other, or that when people are working better with each other, those situations can be mitigated better.
Well, why this is important is because, there's a potential here that things could go off the rails. I mean, I think here you could get angry about not knowing what's going on. Got to be careful with how you engage with others. That's why it's important here. Try to engage constructively. Try to ferret out the information. Ask questions. Everybody's entitled to ask questions. Don't accuse anybody. Don't be accusatory. Don't assume anything. Just try to get to the heart of the matter and engage in dialogue. I think that's why this is important, is not to overreact, but just try to get to the bottom of what's going on.
So where will it lead to? And it's the sun,
Hello?
right? 18 is the sun.
18 is... No, 19 is the sun. Isn't 18 the moon? Because that's a number 9.
So it's the moon then. I mean, it does look darker, but I thought, okay, that could just be that.
So now that we know it's the moon, again, where things are headed, it seems to me you're not getting the whole story still when all is said and done. And you're really going to have to trust your gut on this one, on how you're going to react to this situation. It's really interesting that the moon is up right here. Yeah.
There's a sense, too, that it's going to take longer than maybe you anticipated.
Definitely.
Oh, I call that, the lily and the letter.
So I don't know if maybe there's going to be, some written communication, whether it's from work, whether it's from something else, legal documents, papers, whatever the case may be, that are going to be the problem here, are going to be confusing to you. Maybe that's what this is all about. And you're going to have to try to ferret out what's going on. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to engage. And I feel here that this is going to be something that you're going to have to work out over a little bit of time here. I don't know how much time. I mean, I know the lilies can be long term, but what this is saying is there's not going to be an immediate solution. And I think with the moon here for sure, that's saying that you're going to have to do a little digging here to get to the bottom of what's going on.
Well, I wonder if it's about, things that have longer range situations going on, like
Could
maybe
be.
if you were buying a house or something major, and you had to go through certain stages, because the idea of the lily is like sort of growth in stages, and that correlates with the moon because the moon has phases, and those are stages too. So I do think that there are things that may pop out more about this and what it really means in terms of finalizing something, but it will take a little while to put it all together.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right.
And my card's back.
You may. Alrighty, so now we are up with Divine.
Yep. Divine is up. Oh, I was just going to post the list. Yes, I did. Okay. So, we're up to Divine. Did they leave a question?
I don't think Divine left one, actually.
All right.
Divine, are you here? If so, we are ready to do a question for you.
Let's give Divine a few moments. I guess I'll
Right,
use...
and I'll just mention that we are back on Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m., our other live stream of the week. Also, don't forget, we will be doing a happy hour this week. Our normal, regular happy hour is back at 10 a.m. Saturday morning. The day before that is my emotional exchanges at 7 a.m. And Divine.
And as I was going to say, I'm going to be using my Choose Your Adventure Tarot. Choose Your Own Adventure. And just if Divine doesn't come, we'll move on. That'll move us up quicker.
I'll let you call it.
Well, I'm going to get the list ready just in case. I did want to say, yes, we're getting out one of our world prediction, U.S. prediction videos coming soon.
Hi, Alicia.
Oh, hi, Alicia. Good to see you.
Happy New Year. We have a big list.
Well, at any rate, but you're welcome to be on it. You're absolutely welcome to be on it. We still had room. And especially now since we're passing somebody by, I think. But anyway, I did want to say our USA prediction video is coming out. It's the first of a few because it's kind of complicated this year.
There'll be at least 3 of them. This one will probably pop out tomorrow right around 9:30 in the morning. So there will be a fanfare.
And there will be timestamps so you can just go to whatever it is you're most interested in. So, at any rate, okay, Happy New Year to you. We're going to move on. Divine has left the room, so if they come back, we'll consider adding them if nobody else comes in. Okay, so Garima's up.
Who's that?
G-Sued.
Oh, right. Garima.
Yeah.
Hey, Garima. And I'm going to check to see if you gave us a question too. I don't remember.
Who's doing all those hearts? Ah.
Hi, Mary the Aries. You're coming in under the wire, I think, because we're almost
Mary
ready
the
to close
Aries,
that
yeah.
list.
I think we're really
And
close
Garima,
now.
if you're here, I don't think we have a question from you, so please do log one in there.
Yeah, Garima, we may not be able to add you back.
Yeah, we kind of filled up.
Let me just double check. Hi guys, I see where Garima came in. But maybe they decided we were going to be too busy today. Maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what. We will have to shuffle them back under so we can keep going.
All right.
So Ari is up.
Ari the Aries, we made it to you.
And I know you probably left that question. It was something about Raphael. Hey, I got something to tell you about that. Because I remember I don't think it was a kiss, but I know I had a girlfriend when I was 5 or so. And it was kind of interesting because her name was Selena. Celine? And she lived in Chicago near my mother's godmother's house. And we would visit there once in a while. And Celine would come up and we would sort of act like we were boyfriend, girlfriend. And then years later, when I got out of high school, I went back to Chicago and I met her again. And she was quite the hippie chick. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was somebody before you that I was interested in.
It's not even about that. Just on and on and on when we have things to do.
That's called
With the
prattle.
first guy I kissed, his name is Raphael. Remember who I am now. Like, would he even remember the time I kissed him when we were little? Ah, that's so sweet. And I see you had to tell your story.
I did. We'll see, Jamie's.
So how do you want to do that? How should we do that?
Well, the question was basically a yes or no. Do they remember? But we often throw 3 cards.
We do.
And then we
Okay.
refine that. So were you thinking about the second part of the question? Or was there a second part?
Well, it was just sort of not exactly, no.
Now who's fritzing over here?
Oh, Russ cheered for them. Okay. Like, would he remember the time I kissed him when we were little? Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's just see what we get here. I think it is more appropriate for yes, no, but let's try the 3 cards.
We're not giving up Jamie's spot to just anyone just yet. We'll see how that goes.
I've been shuffling.
Sometimes people just drop in and say hi and don't tell us anything and don't come back. So,
well, we got the Page of Swords reversed. Oh, look at that, though. The 6 of Cups upright. And the 2 of Pentacles reversed. How's that, Lenormand?
Marita just subscribed. Thank you, Marita.
Oh, Marita, thank you. That name seems familiar. I don't know if you've been around before with us. At any rate, Mr. O, do you have a Lenormand for us?
I do. It's the stork again. And the snake. Well, that's always jolly.
Well, yeah, I don't know how helpful that's going to be. I'm of a mixed bag here. I think they may have some memories. I mean, I don't know if they would remember the moment. They may very well. I do think they have fond memories. But looking at the Page of Swords reversed and that 2 of Pentacles reversed, I don't know what it means to them now, other than the fact that it may be just a very fun, good memory.
Well, I think like there's like that little minor heart connection. It might be a memory connection.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if those other 2 hour cards sort of feels like, that they wonder if you remember how clumsy or how, off-putting it might have been because you guys were children. Awkward because you guys were children.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. That's an interesting observation there, Mr. O. But I really feel that it's, they have fond memories of you and overall. But I liked what you said there. I have no idea how I want to incorporate that into it. I guess I would be saying to you this, don't... And I'm sure you're not even leaning that way. Maybe you were just wondering about it, Ari. But it's saying don't be deceived in thinking that this could, bring something back.
But I think that could apply to that person too, Raphael, that maybe, there might have been points in their life where maybe they thought about the what ifs too. And so, for them, it was just easier to move on. Or who knows, right? Maybe they're still looking for you. I don't know, Ari.
Well, what are you saying about these?
That what you said applied to her, maybe it could apply in a way to Raphael. That's what I said. So normally we can't really figure out the list that well. If we do post it in the list, and maybe you can find it and check it out. But it does look like Lena will be our next reading since you asked.
Right. If you look at the list, I keep taking the name off when I repost it of the person we just read for. And we're still in a reading, so that's why I haven't reposted. Just got to be a little bit patient with us here.
So that was Ari, and we will now move on to Lena.
We're on Lena now.
And Lena asked a love reading for the next 6 months.
All right, let me get the list out there. Boy, this computer, though, sometimes. There it is. All right. Love reading for the next 6 months?
Right, for Lena.
Okay. Let me get this. So it's an interesting reading, and I for sure think they have memories for Ari because of the way that 6 of Cups came up. That was very appropriate for the question. You just can't plan these things sometimes. It's amazing how the cards work. Okay, so we're on Lena. Let's see where this goes. Love reading for the next 6 months.
All right. And the first card is the King of Swords. No, I'm sorry. It's the Two of Swords. This is one of those darker decks. But it's reversed. The next card is... Okay, hold on a minute. I'm sorry, the first card was the Five of Swords reversed. And the next card is the Two of Swords reversed. The final card is the Two of Wands upright.
Oh, not a lot of romance there. I hate to say it, Lena, but let's take a look here.
There's our fox.
Oh.
And the bear.
Well.
So the next 6 months may not be very fruitful. It's hard to say.
Well, what's the last card again?
It's the Two of Wands.
That's right, the Two of Wands.
Upright.
I'm almost thinking that, as far as romance goes, there's going to be more misses than hits in the next 6 months. In other words, there's a possibility if you meet someone, it's not going to go well. It's going to be very argumentative. It just seems like you don't have a lot in common, and you're going to want to walk away from that experience. You're going to move on. That's what that's like saying here. No, I'm moving away from this. You're going to make the decision to do that. And the Two of Wands here just kind of reinforces that to me, because it says that you're looking beyond this to something better, hopefully, and maybe what it's saying too is, in a sense, you're going to have to reassess how you got yourself involved in this situation and maybe try to be, look for something better the next time.
It could be about a disastrous relationship or something, but it could also just be about something that is maybe off-putting enough that maybe it really moves you away from the idea of a relationship. So it could be a particular harder circumstance or hardship that you're encountering somewhere else, and it's dramatic. That's the Five of Swords reversed. We think that's one of the worst cards in the deck, and it could indicate a lot of strife and struggle, and that in itself, even if it wasn't attached to a relationship, could just make you say, I have to kind of clear myself away from all of this and focus on, personal safety or other things. So one way or the other, I do feel like this doesn't bode well for the 6 months.
Hey, you're welcome, Ari.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it just does not look very promising, unfortunately. And so it's possible here you will meet somebody, like I said, that will be problematic. Or maybe it's also possible that, you're going to feel really resentful because, you haven't been able to make the move you wanted to in a positive direction as far as relationships go. And so you're looking towards the future. It's almost like you're looking beyond those 6 months. And I think here, this is saying, well, from what I said the first time, that you could get involved with somebody who's just no good for you. It's not working out. It's argumentative. Stand your ground. Do not allow this person to try to get the best of you. They may be sneaky. They may be trying to gain your confidence despite the arguments. They may want to control you, maybe. So, stand your ground. Stand up to this person and decide to walk away rather to get involved in something that could be kind of toxic.
Now that I've, kind of looked at and appreciated the Lenormand, Lena, I sort of feel that does take us back to the idea that maybe this is more about a problematic or even, disastrous kind of relationship. And that basically where it leaves you is feeling that your sense of your own strength and empowerment, you may question yourself about, whether you deceived yourself with your involvement in that relationship. So it's important to remember that, if people are crappy people, it's not necessarily your fault. And, you were just,
right.
Trying to remove yourself from the situation. So you're not to blame
for,
having a crappy relationship, because everyone does at some point in their life.
True that.
No, I think it's a very cute question, Ari. I don't know if you heard me rambling on about my little 4 or 5 year old girlfriend, Selena, but I think that was a cute question. And
I liked it. And it's, like I said, it's amazing that Six of Cups came up. So they definitely, think about you from time to time. Or they have some fond memories.
Well, in between 5 and 18, I thought about Celine once in a while, and I actually have thought about her, in the 50 some years since then, or approximately. And it's kind of interesting because she was pretty much, the cool hippie chick back the last time I met her. But I wouldn't be surprised if she's an old granny like I'm an old grampy. Obviously.
Okay, we're on Dr. V.
Hey,
and
Dr.
V forgot it's 2025. He said career reading for 2024. But we know you mean this year. Okay. So, all right.
You never know.
Let me see.
There is that, you never know. I like the name Raphael. It sounds roguish. All right, so we are on Dr. Victor, who has asked us for a career outlook for 2025. No, we figured that.
Oh, we knew that.
We figured that.
I've been a little bit better this year, but usually that's me. It takes me forever to switch to the new year. So,
Alrighty.
I think maybe a week or so ago, I goofed once and put an oracle out for the collective that I said was 2024 instead of 2025. Oops. All right, hang on. Almost there. These are a handful. They're kind of wide for me.
That's what I thought with my last deck that I used there. That was the Tarot Gothica that I used for Lena's reading. And they're a little bit on the wider side,
and
too.
they're a little stiff still.
Mine were a little thinner, so they weren't too stiff.
All right.
Hi, Marita. We are definitely going to take you
Marita.
because you're a new subscriber, so we appreciate that. We saw the little, we have a little jingle go off when somebody subscribes, so we really appreciate that. Thank you.
I will definitely add you to the list.
But we're probably going to close it.
I think we probably should close the list
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
So, Marita, the way it works here is we will add you to the list. You can leave us a question and hang around if you want. But if you leave us a question, we will absolutely do the question. It's just that right now our list is about 10 or 11 people long. So it'll come at the end of that.
So everybody that's going to be currently on the list will get a reading. And I'm going to post it again.
Oh, you did post that. Okay, so I will do the other things. So
There.
welcome, Marita, and really appreciate subscribers. So thank you.
All right. So career reading for 2025. Well, we've got the King of Wands here.
All
Or
right.
spikes. Wait a minute, that's spikes. I think that's... Yeah, that's swords. The King of
Yeah,
Swords.
spikes would be swords.
Sorry.
Almost
I'm
like a
looking
Buffy
at the
image.
color, too, because they're
So the
color
King of
coded.
Swords, eh? Ooh.
Yeah, and then we've got the Eight of Coins. I like this. Upright.
And it's the Eight of Coins upright. Nice.
The Queen of Hearts is reversed, though, so we'll talk about that. So that's the Queen of Cups.
So do you want to see the Lenormand?
I do.
All right, so is that the bouquet?
That would be the lilies. They look
The
like
lilies.
a bouquet of lilies.
Okay, so that's the lilies and the ring.
Wow.
And I think I like those. What do you think?
I do, too.
Okay, let's go.
I'm not sure with the King of Cups here reversed, but I will say this, Dr. V. I think, your career area might awaken in 2025. I think here, you may have some decisions and choices to make, or that others are making about you. It could really make you more productive and busy and very engaged in your work. It sounds to me like, you could be getting a new job possibly, or some position of more responsibility. And
That's what I think, yeah.
I will say this though, there is a caveat here. Some of this may bring a little bit more stress into your life. Maybe will make you feel a little bit more under pressure emotionally, like you've just got too much to either take in and absorb. For example, if you're new at the position or at a new place of employment, you have a lot to learn, of course. They expect you always to just jump right in. And so, you're going to feel that pressure a little bit.
Well, I agree with a lot what Banshee said, Dr. Victor, and I feel like it is more likely than not maybe about a new position or about, a promotion in your field or your career now. And I feel that's you making that decision. You're accepting.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I just distinguish
the Lenormand is leading you there too.
It is, but I feel you're accepting that. And of course, it does mean more responsibility and more emphasis on being accountable to some degree. I think there's a sense of being accountable to not just, your boss, but maybe something else that's within this field. So having said that, I think the Queen of Hearts, for me, is kind of saying that maybe after this happens, you're not quite as happy as you wanted. It doesn't feel you're totally unhappy, but maybe you have some emotionally mixed feelings about some of this. It could either be, the other, bottom lines that are going on in terms of what your career asks you to do. It does take me to the Lenormand.
Well, it takes us both to the Lenormand. I guess I could see that, though, with that King of Cups, but I do feel that one way or another
it's
you're
the Queen.
feeling... Or Queen of Cups, I meant that. You're feeling some emotional pressure. And whether it's because, maybe, you preferred a job at another company, but you got this one, so there's some emotional upset or disappointment. But I really think you're going to make a long-term... This commitment that you make in this year ahead may be a long-term commitment. So whether it's staying and advancing where you are now or going somewhere else, something is going to change, and you're bound to make a long-term commitment of some sort to
this. It's a long-term commitment that maybe has you really going through a lot more study or other new coursework or things that will really kind of continuously upgrade you. Like it's sort of saying you have some new standards that you have to, kind of pull yourself up towards.
Well, I think you're making this long-term commitment because it's something you can grow into, and it will really mature your job, your skills and your talents. So looking pretty good, Dr. V. I kind of like this.
All right, we have your question, Marita, so thank you. And good luck, Dr. Victor. It looks mostly pretty good there. So I would have to say, you have some success coming up to you. Thanks for dropping in, and Happy New Year again.
So we are on Viddy.
All right, Viddy. Hi, Dimple Girl. They say they're a new subscriber, but I didn't see that. But do you want to take them and then just tell them?
I don't see anybody, so I don't know what you're seeing. It didn't
Dimple
come up
Girl.
for me. Well, it didn't come up for me. Oh, Dimple Girl.
Right there in front of you.
I'm a subscriber. Maybe they subscribed previously.
Oh, I see. But you do have to wait a few minutes, yeah.
All right, we will take you. We will take you, but the list is closed after that. Anybody else that comes in and says they're new, we're sorry.
How could we not take Dimple Girl? Sorry.
So I'll update the list, and if you can hang in there with us, but if you can't, Dimple Girl, please leave your question, and then we'll do the reading. You can always come back and look at it.
So, because we have at least 10 readings in front of you, so.
So we're getting, that's it. We're going to close the list. No more Mr. O.
Alrighty, no more. We have to hold the line. And,
all right.
I need another deck, so let me find one. In the meantime, no. We're good with what we have, Shan.
Oh, it's okay. We're good for right now, but if anybody does want to drop out and doesn't need a question, That's okay. We don't mind people just being here to watch. We enjoy, having a lively chat. And
As long as you're not laughing at us.
yeah, well, there is that. So
I'm kidding. Who would laugh at us, right?
So you're getting a deck?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
There it is. Thank you, Shan. We love you all, too. So I'm going to use my Adrian Tarot because it is a little bit of a Dark Angel kind of tarot.
And at least we can tell what the cards are.
And we can.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
And that was Viddy. What was Viddy's question?
I don't know. I thought you'd be looking it up for me, but you
didn't
not.
Look it up.
Walked away.
Thank you.
I will go and look it up.
I guess I can.
Question: messages for the Han and I guess it's for January and February overall.
Okay. Messages?
I'm guessing, right?
Got it.
Did I get it right, Viddy? Messages for January and February?
It is a little busy today, Jackie. Thank you.
Do we want to do 2 and 2 on that, or do we want to
let's do that. 2 and 2.
Let's do that. So we'll do a couple cards for January and a couple cards for February, Viddy. How's that?
We call that the 2 and 2.
The 2 and 2.
All right.
Some Sundays we do get very busy. So, and just for new folks here to let you know.
Thank you, Jackie.
We're going to be doing something called the lightning round soon.
Yeah.
Now, that's a very quick, fast-paced thing. We're only going to take categories. You can say, I want a reading on love. I want a general reading. I want a reading on business. And that's it, because we're only throwing one card on the lightning round.
Right.
It'll be an hour show. And it's just going to pop up. Different times of the day.
Not a specific
days.
question, just in a subject area.
We're going to do one this month and see how it goes.
Okay, so Viddy, it was 2 and 2, so one was what? January,
January and February.
Okay. So there's Justice Reversed and the Empress Upright. How interesting, eh? And what do you got?
I'm getting it right now for you. Oops, wait a minute. Nope, that's there. And there.
Okay, so I need the January.
And you've got
You're
the
welcome,
garden.
Dimple.
And
there's the garden.
You got the stars.
And the stars.
So now can you tell me what those 2 cards were again?
I did already, but they are Justice
Again?
Reversed and the Empress Upright.
So Justice Reversed and the Empress Upright. Well, I think here, maybe what this is saying to me, Viddy, is you may have a little bit of push-pull in your life in January regarding, I don't know if I want to say work-life balance, but I feel here that maybe there's a part of you that wants to do some creative things or do some things to nourish yourself, in some way, to replenish your energy, replenish yourself. But, things are a little out of balance. Things are a little bit wonky, and so it's going to be a hard time finding that time to either go after your creative pursuits or going after some more leisure relaxation time that you need for yourself. So I think here that's one of the themes coming this month. And with the Lenormand, it's basically saying, you know what, do a little bit of both, but do some socializing. I really think here the garden is saying get out, socialize a bit, have some good times this month. And it will do a lot to make you feel more optimistic and enthusiastic.
Hi, Naya, and we have closed the list. We're actually at our capacity, so I'm sorry we can't take you today.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see you again on Thursday.
We got very busy, very fast
it just
today.
filled up,
Naya.
so we're at our capacity. So, Viddy, I know you're involved in or have been studying for the fashion industry and things like that, and I'm wondering if maybe this is talking about a particular competition or project or judgment that's going along with those interests, and that maybe it doesn't feel favorable or it's sort of, not what you had expected. And I'm just thinking that this says really, it's kind of like what Banshee said. Maybe it's not the most serious thing to happen, and that you should remember that there is more going on maybe in your personal life sector at the moment than maybe with things that are more related to your career or to study or things like that.
I would say that too. It's either personal creative goals or pursuits or just doing a little bit of leisure because, you need it. I think you need it with the justice reversed here to just make yourself feel more balanced and stable. Let's go on with February, shall we?
All right. So I'm going to move those two down here.
That's fine. Yeah, that works better.
And in February, we have the Two of Wands reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed. What do you
Okay.
It's the cross.
Wow.
And it's the key. How interesting.
Yikes. Well,
February is different.
February is going to be more tricky for you, Viddy, than this month is. I feel here that something that maybe some plans, some strategies, something you really wanted to get off the ground or do in February is not going to work out as planned. What is the swords again?
It's the Seven reversed.
Seven reversed. And I feel here that, it's going to, I'm going to go to the Lenormand actually before I get to that card. I feel I need to. And I feel like you're feeling really bad about this. This is something that maybe you were hoping for would turn out in February. You were hoping for a better month in February. But it's really hard to get anything off the ground. And you're just going to have to face the facts. That's what I think the Seven of Swords is about. That February is just a time to lay low. February is not a time to accomplish whatever goals or dreams you wanted to. As a matter of fact, February might be a time to reassess your goals, your projects, and see how better to implement them. You may need a better plan or strategy to implement what you want to do.
It's tempting for me to think that reverse Seven of Swords, Viddy, suggests that maybe something you didn't quite foresee or something that you didn't understand or you misrepresented to yourself is what part of the problem is that maybe you thought a project was going in a different direction. That's the Two of Wands, but it feels like it's not. And so maybe in February there was that realization that there was something that didn't exactly work out either in your planning or your strategy. This could also be borne out by the Lenormand, the key, and the cross. The cross is like about disappointments, right?
Yes. Well,
Right.
It's about grief and possibly long-term, it's big disappointment or sadness or sorrow you're feeling. It's something not happening for you in that month. So the key is to deal with that constructively.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's why the key is there.
Say.
That if you do try to get something started or implemented before you've actually thought it out well enough, you're going to feel pretty regretful about doing it. I think that's maybe what it says as well.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
luck, Biddy.
January is better, but try to enjoy the month more. Get some joy and some pleasure out of the month of January.
That's a good way to put it.
And I have Sean is up.
Hey, Shan.
And I think Sean wanted a general, right?
I think Shan said a general. Thank you for your nice compliments, too.
I believe, where I get a general read. So, all right. Let's do this.
That's going to be your deck.
I know. How did my cards get off? Am I dropping any? I'm a little worried about that. They're so slippery. All right. And of course I was keeping them here because the man was there. All right, general read. Let me put these here. Sonny has flown the coop to warmer places, I think.
All right, Shan. Yeah, I saw him sleeping on the day bed upstairs in the office area.
That's where he can catch some sun. The sun
But the
man
shades
likes...
aren't open.
Well, but no, there's a couple places it peeks through. He knows where to sit. He knows how to find the sunlight, that sunny cat. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I think a big part of why we like to do what we do, Shan and others, is that we are fortunate enough to be able to collect a number and use a number of decks, and we really like showing them to people. We really like sharing the art of tarot and divination.
All right, so the general reading, this is a good start. The Ten of Wands is reversed. That's the way we want to see it.
Yes.
And it's ironic that that's there because you also have the Eight of Wands upright, which is pretty interesting. And the Four of Wands is reversed. All of these are not bad cards. Let's take a look. What do you got for the Lenormand, though?
The Rider. Rider. And the Sun?
Yes, that's the Sun, of course.
The Sun. Here comes the sun. Ooh.
Like, wow. Like, wow. So,
very nice. Very nice.
Wow. It's like,
For
okay, so general reading. This is a time to really focus your energy on whatever it is you hope to manifest. It seems to me, according to what I see here with the Ten of Wands, that maybe some burdens or some stresses are starting to ease in your life. Maybe even if they were health related, you're starting to feel your energy return, or, you're starting to realize that things are starting to look up. Maybe you're being able to connect with people you were having trouble connecting with before. Maybe it's has to do with just knowing where to put your focus now. And I think the Four of Wands is saying here when it's reversed that, this is a time to look at maybe the smaller details of what you want to accomplish and do, the finer points. This is a time not to think broadly about things, but now look at what you need, like as you apply your focus on something that's important to you, what really needs the most attention there. Sometimes it's the littlest of things that can make all the difference.
These cards are really lovely in my opinion.
I love these cards, I know.
And I feel, Shan, that there's something that's maybe obligations or things you felt you really had to do, and maybe some of them are going to end soon, or maybe some of them can be rechanneled in certain ways, because that's the Ten of Wands reversed. But the Eight of Wands, I think, is saying you're finding a way maybe to repurpose some of this energy and go towards something different. The Eight of Wands is maybe finding that energy and finding a target or an outlet for that. So I think you're repurposing maybe what you've had that could either be baggage or just could be things that you no longer have to do. And so now you have something you can work with. And so the Four of Wands maybe is saying, it's a little bit smaller picture. It's like maybe you can do things that are a little bit more personal for you, but are really important to you.
And look at that Lenormand. I mean, I think you are moving yourself. Success is, well, it looks to me like success is moving towards you. The Sun is about success. The Sun is about attainment. The Rider is about movement. The Rider is about messages. Some message that you receive, maybe too, could bring you some success. Maybe somebody gives you a tip about a job or about a person if you're looking for a relationship. Something to do with that, because also when you think about the Eight of Wands is about energy, but the Eight of Wands also has an element about communication. So I can't rule out that it's not connected to the Rider here either.
Well, I like that, Banshee. And I also feel, too, that what I said about, possibly smaller picture kind of things, things that are more important to you at a smaller, more personal level, I think this is talking about that, is that maybe the success coming to you is maybe something that other people might not see the same way you're going to see it. And so that could just be the first time you get a new car, the first time something happens that other people maybe have already had that experience, but for you it's new or whatever that is, and it's just going to feel more important to you and more accomplished because you had to work at it, like I'm showing it, or like what we're showing.
Naya will be live again on Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be here next Sunday as well. On Sundays, I just can't stress it enough, you really got to try to get here early because people just fill it up.
We have in the past totally filled up within the first half an hour. It took us longer this time, but we're now near our three-quarter mark, and we still have 8 or 9 readings.
And you never know. Some days are less busy than others. Even some Sundays, we can't even predict it. That's why I always say get here early. So, at any rate, that's what we have for you. I think this is a really stellar general reading here. Things looking good. Whether it's career or romance that you are looking for, there is some success moving your way. And it's going to make you very happy. The sun in the Lenormand is similar to the tarot sun in a lot of ways. I think there's joy, there's happiness, there's a sense of fulfillment. So, nice.
You're welcome, Shane. Hope you
Yeah,
enjoyed
even
that.
if you get here early sometimes, you just never know. Mr. Rivera is right.
Well, I realize that, everybody wants to be nice and everything, but I'll be honest here, a lot of us, we come here so often that is it really a hardship if we can't get in every single time? There are other readers who actually, because they're so bigger than us, they limit how many times you can come and ask a question of them at their shows. We're not ready to do that, but we're just saying, sometimes if you don't make it, you don't make it. And we understand, that Naya or other people are many hours distant from us, so we understand that.
Yeah. Well, and someday we'll be doing our lightning round, but that is going to be a very unpredictable thing.
Might be easier to get in, right?
It might be easier to get in, but you never know when it's going to pop up. And the reason we're doing that is we're trying to try different times of day and night just so people can find us and maybe they'll want to come to our regular shows. So it's serving a purpose here. It's a place you can get a quick reading, but it's also a place where maybe other people can find us. So.
All right. So Mysterious Queen is up. Hi, Mysterious Queen.
Hey, Mysterious Queen.
And I know you don't have to question because you usually do, so I just got to find it. Okay. May I know that my person told me that he told his parents about our relationship and they will relocate to my city and marry me. Will he finally really do this, or is he lying?
All right, I'm going to have to look at the
that's
question
pretty packed.
because that's just too involved.
It's probably closer to the top.
Okay.
But not all the way to the top.
That's all right. I'll start there. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
May I know that my person told me. Okay. So it's basically, did he really do this, and should you trust him? Okay, well, let's take a look. I think we should throw 3 cards and see. We may have to do the quick yes/no if things aren't clear.
Continuing my Dark Angel theme, I'm using the Darkest Angel of all, my Diablo deck. And Diablo is actually some sort of video game that people play, and so some of the art is really, stylized.
Oh my gosh, that's a ginormous deck.
Yeah, you'll be lucky you don't have to shuffle it.
Well, hopefully the cards are things that you know what they are.
It's pretty standard other than,
Good.
being ultra goth.
Being ginormous. Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, the first one is the High Priestess reversed. And that's followed by the upright Ace of Pentacles. And then the reversed Queen of Cups. So it almost tells a story in a way.
Well, it tells a little bit of a confusing one, but let's see if the Lenormand can help us. Well, we've got the Star. Ooh, and then we got the Scythe.
The Stars and the Scythe.
Still not sure I like it, even if it's not pointing towards it. Well, I do see why
nice.
you are concerned with the High Priestess reversed, but I think, Mysterious Queen, that you might be, you might be allowing your emotions to cloud your intuition here. So this may be something where you're just going to have to really, I don't know if you can trust your gut. I think you're just going to have to keep questioning things and watching, kind of gauging it from what you're seeing, what you're hearing, the tangible evidence you're being presented. And so, if they say that this is going to happen, you've got to make sure that they back it up, with facts or with actions. Actions speak louder than words, so you got to see some positive movement here in order to trust in this situation, because I'm not sure you can trust your gut right now. You're kind of confused.
I agree with Banshee here. I think the idea that you don't really know, and of course, no one can ever know some of these things until they really happen for sure. Your basic question is, are they lying to you, or is this thing really going to happen? And I feel that, yes, there may be some idea that you can't really intuit this for yourself, or you don't understand your feelings for yourself.
Can I ask you a question? Do you see this tied into maybe that Queen of Cups? Because that's kind of what I was doing there.
Possibly, but
Okay.
I wasn't ready to really consider that.
That's fine.
I am looking at the basic question, and I'm feeling that the Ace of Pentacles does pertain to the idea that something is manifesting, and it is kind of more on the physical plane. So I'm wondering if you were saying, I think if you were wondering if the parents and this person
Will relocate.
were relocating, and I
That
feel
could
that
be.
could be talking to that, the idea of a new household beginning. So I sort of feel like I see something there that suggests it is possible.
I do too, but I think we definitely are going to have to do a yes/no, because
Yeah.
the other reason it might be here is because that's what your question is about. And I feel like these two cards surrounding that is showing me that, and this is why I did what I did, I guess, because it's showing me that you have some internal turmoil about whether you can believe what you're hearing, and your emotions might be getting in the way of your judgment. I mean, because you're concerned. You're concerned if this move or this relationship will grow the way you want it to. And so I want to say that this is a potential positive sign, but I think we need to back this up with a yes/no because of what I'm seeing with the Lenormand.
Right. I feel this is positive for you, Mysterious. But this card makes me feel differently. This card makes me feel like this is you still feeling disappointed or not happy. And that could be because of something else, that although they relocate, there's some other conditions that are keeping things from fruition. So I just sort of feel like maybe that we do have to do that, yes or no.
Yeah,
but let's do the Lenormand.
Well, with the Lenormand, I can look at this two different ways. One is better than the other. And one is that, you have to kind of cut away from the things that are making you feel pessimistic about this situation. You have to kind of remain optimistic, because maybe there is good intention here, and maybe your emotions are getting the better of you. But on the other hand, I can't help but wonder here if you're feeling uneasy because you're worried that this good beginning is not what it looks like, that there's something here that's not quite right. And that's why I think we have to do a quick yes no. But what do you see there?
Well, I'm not sure that I see the same thing as
Okay.
you, but I do feel like maybe from that more personal point of view, your worry or your possible not understanding will cut away at the possibility of this destiny. So in other words, you could, by your own worry, influence the situation too. And I'm not trying to say that that would blame you. I'm just saying that it's a factor that's going on there. But we are going to try to do a conclusive yes or no for you. And the basic question is this thing going to happen?
Right. And we're doing just the one card, so shuffle them well.
Alrighty. Cool, because this is such a big deck. I don't want to count 13 three times.
Oh my gosh, that's right. No, well, we were going to do the simple one because, it's a busy show.
Do you want to do? Oh, wait, you don't.
No. Quite all right. I'm trying to keep us on track.
I think my son got me this deck, Jamie's. I think he did. Or maybe I bought it. Did I buy it?
Which one is this again?
Diablo.
I think I may have gotten it for you.
Because I talked about it, not realizing it was ginormous.
Or I may have told you to buy it. It was one or the other. I'm not really sure. Well, this puts an interesting spin on it, Mysterious Queen. It's a cup, which means that this could happen. It says it means that it will come to you naturally. And so what I feel here is maybe this is saying, give this a little bit more time. And by all means, make sure this person is really following through on what they're saying they're going to do, or what they're saying their parents are going to do. You need to see some forward movement here. And I think the Knight of Cups is indicating that it could very well happen.
That's what I say too. She beat me to the punch, of course, but it will come naturally by movement of them. The knight could represent this young man. This could represent them as a gestalt all together, moving towards you. But more specifically, a lot of times the Knight of Cups means somebody moving towards somebody in love or emotion.
Romance.
Yeah. So it looks good. I think our best advice would be to not necessarily worry that's not happening fast enough, at least at this point.
Just try to, like I said, try to calm down and make sure that this person is doing what they say they're going to do. That's the best I can tell you, but it's possible here that they are on the up and up and things will be moving that way. Just make sure there's a positive movement forward and it's not just talk. That's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that.
All right, and we are now on Jamie's Cowboys. Hey, Jamie's. And I'm going to look up your question.
And did I get a deck out? I did not.
It's your check.
I know.
Do-do-do.
Well, you know what? I brought it out.
Question.
I'm going to use it. It's silly. It's goofy. It's the Housewives Tarot. I'm using it for our cards for the collective this week as well.
Jamie's, we're going to do your question. You're welcome, Mysterious, because if we don't do your question, then that's just one less we have to do.
Yep.
We're not going to add anybody else.
Yep, Jamie said general. I've got
General.
it.
Alrighty, thank you. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Okay, I'm a little old for that, but I used to.
But and Violet was a great moderator, but when Violet was here, she often tried to pin down questions a lot, and we're not going to necessarily do that, but if you are just here to watch, that's perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
Just let us know that in the beginning, and then we won't bug you again, and Well, no, not to put you on the list.
You could always change your mind too. I mean, you could come in at the beginning, wanting a question, but you could change your mind later to,
Just
that.
let us know. I mean, it's fine.
Depending on how big our list is we may reserve the right to not necessarily take anyone else anyway.
Yeah, we're pretty full up today.
See, Victoria.
Sorry, Victoria. No question. No soup for you.
No soup for you, but we love seeing you. We have so much fun when you're around.
I know. Always good to have you here. Kara's here. The gang's all here. And I'm using the Housewives Tarot for this reading.
Yeah. This is such a cool tarot. I love this tarot.
Well, look at that old school TV, and I had one sort of like that. It's the Hierophant upright.
Oh my God. It looks like our old TV.
And then we have the Three of Wands. Clean up on aisle 6. No, the Three of Wands.
Have a good week too, Victoria.
Is reversed. Take care.
Take care and good luck on your job search.
See you there. Absolutely. It's interesting that you, Jamie's Cowboys, have the Three of Wands reversed because now you have the Two of Wands upright.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So on the Lenormand for the general reading, it's the Tower. And of course, I always remind people, it's not the same as Tarot's Tower. Lenormand's Tower is different. And is that the dog?
That is the
14.
dog, yes.
It's not the fox, right?
Let me see that.
It could be a fox.
It is the fox. That's not
I think
a dog.
it's the fox.
I'm sorry, number 14 is the fox.
Yeah, so
that's why I said, wait a minute, because I'm thinking in my mind, that doesn't sound like the number of the dog.
The foxy fox is on the run.
Well, I think this is really interesting, Jamie's Cowboys. I'm wondering if this is leaning towards work or your goals. And what it's saying here is that, well, God, I'm getting mixed signals. I'm really getting mixed signals. I'm wondering here with the Hierophant upright, if maybe, sticking to what you know, sticking to procedures, established ways of doing things, or maybe, an established mindset that you have is not maybe working out for you that well. It may be that you need to think differently, do things differently. And the reason I'm saying that is the Hierophant is somebody who relies on tradition, the status quo, keeping things as they've always been, so to speak. But then that's followed by it's the Three of Wands, right? The Three of Wands reversed, which is indicating to me that may not be a winning strategy for you right now. And that you need to maybe be more adventuresome and be more willing to explore new mindsets, new habits, new ways of doing things, maybe even coming up with a different idea altogether of what you want to do and accomplish. And I think that Two of Wands, Mr. Oak, goes right in with the fox, which the fox is often about being smart and crafty and sly. So this might also be a sign of thinking outside the box a little bit and not going with the status quo.
Well, sometimes in other meanings, and maybe more so, in my opinion, sometimes for a general, the Hierophant could be talking about marriages or formal ceremonies of some sort. So I'm not suggesting you're getting married, but maybe you're aware that there's a marriage around you, like one of your siblings or cousins or something like that. But it would have to rise to the level of it's more important for you to know about this or to be involved in it. So having said that, it's more likely going to be maybe what Banshee was talking about.
And you know what, Mr. O? I thought it was work because of the tower here, but I think this could be here for another completely different reason that I don't usually mention. And it's not really traditional with the Lenormand, but it often talks about isolation or being in an ivory tower. And so I think here, what it might be saying is you do need to think outside the norm and break down the walls that might be keeping you from doing so.
Right. The Hierophant, maybe in this context, is saying that you think you've been kind of working by a standard of some sort, even if it's only your standard, but you might have to just sort of kind of break with that somehow. Although it could talk about conventionality or conformity, that could be interpreted to you, your own sense of what is conventional for you, and it doesn't necessarily adhere to other people's. So with that, maybe the idea that opportunities aren't going to work out for you, or that you won't feel these opportunities can work out for you, this may give you a little bit of cognitive dissonance, like maybe you're thinking like, should I double down, or am I looking for something else? And that result could be that Two of Wands saying you really do have more options, and you just really have to, like Banshee was saying, think out of the box too.
So for you tarot readers and oracle dabblers out there, I want you to really consider here that it's okay to step around the lines, If you feel something about a card that goes beyond what you normally feel it means, don't hesitate. That's your intuition telling you. And that's okay. That's it. These are guides. These are tools. And they're meant to be used alongside your intuition. So let it take you where it takes you. And that's what I felt about this
In other
card.
spiritual matters, I kind of get a little rankly and grumpish when somebody says, there is only one right and true way.
There's a lot of that out there.
Fully on that.
So good luck with that, Jamie's Cowboys. Anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I didn't really talk about the Fox in the Tower. And I'm sort of getting more the institutional feel. Okay. I won't negate what you said, but maybe it does pertain to something else that could possibly be your
work,
awareness.
School.
Yeah, maybe, but I was thinking the wedding thing that I talked about earlier, the idea, and I don't think it's you, though, of course. I really don't think it's you, but it may be important to you somehow. So maybe it's somebody that you once knew, a former, friend, a former foxy friend. I don't know. General reading.
That's what I got for you, and that's what he's got for you. Good luck with that. All right.
I don't always win.
I love the Housewives Tarot. It's so goofy.
I do like it.
It's goofy and yet profound at the same time.
Alrighty, so we're on Angel. No, Kara.
No, Kara.
It's Kara. Sorry. Whoops.
All right, and did Kara give us a question? I'm sure she did.
What does Odin have for you?
Odin?
I think they just added it.
Be careful what you ask for, Kara. He'll be up to something. My deck or your deck, right?
No, I just used my deck.
It's the Housewives Tarot.
Whoops, you're right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Dark Angel Tarot. Yes.
Okay.
I'm getting bored. Do we have to make more jokes or something?
So she's saying no about, so she wants Odin to throw something at her. Uh-oh.
Be careful what you ask for.
No.
Thank you, Jamies.
Let's see here.
It's nice to know, actually, because sometimes I wonder,
I'm just going to throw the party thing out here. We're having a party here today. Woohoo. All these great readings. All right. Ooh. Well, I warned you, Kara.
No. Queen of Cups.
Upright?
Upright.
Well, we're doing my reading, right? Because it's what does Odin have?
Oh, right. Okay.
So the Queen of Cups upright, Odin wants you to work on, how do I want to say this? Odin might want you to work on some creative pursuits, I think here this could be something art-oriented or writing-oriented. I feel here that it's something that you feel emotionally attached to in some way.
Odin might want you to continue working on your overall emotional contentment.
I could have went there. I know, I felt that too.
The Queen of Cups, I'm thinking from some point of view, Odin may say he wants you to be the hostess with the mostess. That maybe this is about a little bit of a kinder, gentler kind of sense of being in charge. So sometimes, it represents the idea of a quieter power that you have to ascribe to or subscribe to. Basically trying to be a better person in a lot of your personal connections, maybe.
So why is this important?
It's the Queen of Wands.
Upright?
Yeah.
What? Because
no,
this could make you shine. This could make you, oh gosh, this is funny because you might see that card this week in the cards of the day. I'm just giving a spoiler alert for the collective. But the Queen of Wands, this, like what I was speaking about, maybe that it has to do with art or something creative, because this could make you sparkle and shine. People might see a lot of your soul through what you're doing here, and it might pull more people, draw more people towards you. It's something that maybe might generate some interest.
Emotionally grounding yourself or working on more of your emotional attributes will give you more confidence and bravery and charisma to push yourself forward towards other goals, whether they're Odin's other goals for you or someone else's or your own.
Well, and I also feel with this Queen of Wands that this is a time where you can express yourself through creativity, and I feel here that people will be drawn to that.
So where will this ultimately go?
Where is it leading you? And it's reversed, whatever it is, and it's a cup.
It's the Ace of Cups. So it's the reversed Ace of Cups. So,
well, I could look at this a couple different ways. It might be leading to, maybe something that you will feel disinterested in after time and let it go. Maybe your heart won't be into it when all is said and done. Or it could indicate to me that this is something where, you might be able to release some things that have been bottled up inside of you through this artistic endeavor. So in a sense, it can almost combine both of our readings together in that it could be an emotional outlet for you.
I'm not sure I exactly get that, but I'm not exactly sure what I get. I think it could be leading to the idea of more work is needed here for sure, that just really this is not you're going to feel it's not necessarily exactly what you wanted. You're still going to feel like emotionally you're not where you want to be at, and that could be for other reasons besides what Odin wants for you.
Well, and the other thing about getting that at the end is, this won't work out for you well if you're not willing to put your heart into it. I mean, you really have to feel it, that this is what you're passionate about. And if you don't, then you're not going to get the results Odin would like to see. So let's take a look here at this. Actually, I'm sorry. Put that down as because this was here.
So the first one was the lily.
Yeah, the lilies and then the key.
Then the second one's the key.
So I think the key here is that, you could grow from doing this. You will grow in some way from doing this. He's looking for growth for you, emotional stability and growth, or, maybe even honing your artistic skills and becoming more passionate about it. That could be part of it too.
Well, I almost wonder if, Odin wants you to find your true love in some way.
Ooh.
Whether it's a person or not. I think it could be a person, though. I just have this feeling like some of these cards are leading themselves to the idea of a relationship.
Kind of
and especially with those final two Lenormands. And I'm not going to overly dwell on it, but I'm thinking Odin wants you to be happy, whether that is exactly your definition or not. Maybe it's not your definition, but maybe Odin thinks he knows better.
Yeah, I can't rule out what he's saying there. Maybe there is something romantic there.
The patriarchal thing.
But that's what we have for you. That's what Odin has for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And Angel is up and he wanted an oracle, I believe. I believe so. And is that you, or did you bring an oracle today? I have them if you don't, as you know.
Do you want me to look for it?
Not necessarily, but if you want to, you can do it quickly. Or are you talking about looking for the question or the... I think it was an oracle, pretty sure, so...
Draw me a single oracle card to see what Spirit has to say.
Spirit has. Okay. Let me put those there. I guess I'll use the Cosmic Crossroads. I'm hoping, I didn't get to do it last week, and we're so busy because we're trying to get all of these prediction videos out. But I'm hoping to do a couple of unboxings of oracles in the week ahead. And one of them will be the Past Life Energy Oracle, which I'm dying to start work with in some way. But I wanted to do an unboxing of it first.
You're welcome, Kara.
Very welcome, Kara. And, I thought I put the list out there. But I did not. Okay, there we go. All right. No! Uh-oh. It's chaos, Mr. Rivera. Chaos. Number 6. Well, there are moments of great conflict within this life in our innermost being, and these experiences can often feel as though a massive chasm has opened up before us. Within these places, we can lose our sense of direction, meaning, and purpose. If you find yourself disconnected from your center, now is the time to reconnect to your body. Remember what you want out of this life and stay true to who you are amidst the storm. If you have pulled this card, then it's time to come home to yourself once again. Create space to sink deep into the knowledge of you. You can follow this, she's got a ritual and breath work. She recommends doing breath work and yoga and meditation, something to bring you back within yourself. She does have an affirmation here as well, and the affirmation is, in this chaotic time, I am unmovable. I know this deep within the marrow of my bones. My roots stretch deep into the earth, and I feel grounded. My connection to my body is growing stronger every day. Through the steadiness of my breath, I will weather any storm. Boy, doesn't that talk like you're just going to have to breathe? Just breathe in a particular situation that's coming. It's a little bit of chaos in your life, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's at home, whether you're experiencing some chaos because of what's going on in the U.S. right now. What do you got there?
Is that the man?
Yes, it is. The anchor. Wow.
Anchor in yourself.
Stability. Work towards
anchor
remaining
yourself.
stable and steadfast. Remember what it said here? Remaining stable and being, standing for what you are, where you are, who you are, and not letting chaotic times sway you. It's a message for us all right now. I mean,
Yeah, you can't have it. I want it.
I mean, when you see what's going on in the world and, with the LA fires and everything, boy, there's just, crazy weather that we've been having. And
It worked out nice, didn't it?
and all times of different things, you really have to wonder, you really have to hold on. You really have to hold on tight and remain as stable as you can through these turbulent times.
Right,
And so
Angel.
whatever the case may be for you, wow. Hang in there through a little bit of chaos in your life. Good luck with that.
And Jimison is up. And
Or library, that's right. Library chaos.
And I know Jemison left us a question, so let's see if I can find that.
You're welcome, Angel. Forewarned. All right. There we go. Actually, I gotta put you here. Okay.
And I missed it. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, yeah, so we're on Jebusson.
I'm looking for the
I know
question.
there's a question. I'll go for it.
About the week ahead and advice.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
see. I'm going to
And
use
your deck.
my Mike Royal Dark Tarot. This is a pretty deck too. I just felt like using the Dark Angels idea here. So basically advice for the week ahead.
Yep. And what might be the theme or what's happening. Let's see.
And if you're still here, you can see we get pretty busy and it takes a while to get through these readings.
That's right. We are going to go into a little bit of overtime there.
'Cause we're
I
trying
don't
to
think
really-
Russ is here, so we'll be able to move on. I think
Yeah,
Russ
spend
was
the time.
just here to tell me about the Bills game
All right, so
and say
Jefferson,
hi.
your first card is the reversed Six of Swords. So I'm getting the idea of a story. The next card is the Lovers, which is Major Arcana 6. It's upright. And then the final card is the reversed Eight of Chalices. That's very interesting because
It
these two
so
cards
totally
have
is.
kind of similar meanings in a way.
Well, let's see what we have here. I think this
So
will be
advice-wise, this should be interesting.
a woman here.
It's about a relationship, I think, maybe more
Well,
than
I
anything.
don't know. It could
Well,
be. It could be.
Paths and the woman, which could just be any person. It could be a male or woman or yourself.
Well,
Six of Swords says maybe something is not finished that you wanted to move away from, or maybe there are still some problem areas to fix before you can move on.
well, I gotta combine the
Okay,
6
go
and
ahead.
the 8.
I'll let you go then.
No, the 6 and the 8 together.
Yeah.
Because should you stay, should you go? I don't know if this has anything to, if you feel this is the energy of your week ahead, but that's what I'm seeing here. Should you stay, should you go? And if that has to do with a relationship, has to do with a job, has to do with a living situation where you live, where you work, for example, or maybe family situations. The Lovers is in the center of all that. And really, this is kind of like you kind of need to make a decision that is really in your best interests here. It seems to me like what Mr. O said, you may feel you have some unfinished business, or that there is something still worthwhile to stay for, even if conditions have not been ideal. And maybe that's why you're afraid to move forward, because you feel there's some reason you need to stay where you are. But something is calling you to move, and it's up to you to make the choice that's in your best interest. It looks like right now something is holding you where you are.
Something may be holding you where you are, but there's a sense really that you have these choices that are so important, and that whatever these decisions or choices are, they could literally take you in different directions. And so it's important for you to work through that process, because it's more complicated than you think, that there really are some I's to be dotted or some T's to be crossed before you can really embrace something different.
It seems like this week ahead, you're really going to be at the crossroads about something, whether it's about another person, or whether this card, whether it's a woman or man, represents you being at the crossroads. And I just sort of feel that energy that right now you're not sure which way you really want to go. I would say this, that maybe, you should resolve this before you move forward. Resolve whatever you feel has been left unfinished one way or another. Like, for example, if you've had a fighter, this is just an example. If you had a fighter argument in a relationship and you're not sure it's over and done with yet, find out. Stay there till you find out once and for all if this is going to work or not before you make the choice to move on. But I feel here you're really at a crossroads about something, whatever it is.
The overall impression is that your advice is caution.
Yeah.
Try to understand everything you can before you make a decision, especially if it involves moving in a new direction.
Right, because when the Eight of Cups is upright and you choose to make that move forward, sometimes there's no going back, okay? Once you've made that choice, you've made that choice.
That's a good point.
And you may not be able to go back again. And so that's why there's some caution here into making sure whatever choice you make, whatever path you choose to take, you really know that it's in your best interest to do so. I know this is kind of like very vague, but not. Maybe you know what we're talking about, maybe you don't.
So that's what we have. Thank you,
I wish you
Jefferson.
luck with that. I hope it was worth your while. Good luck.
All right, and so that
was
means
a really
that we're on Russ, who
reading.
may or may not be here.
I don't think Russ is here, and Russ did not leave a question. Russ, you'll have to speak now because I am going to fix the list.
I'll tell you what, Alicia, go ahead if you're probably still here, so go ahead and write your question, because we don't believe Russ is here for his.
I think Russ was just
checking
saying
in with
hi.
us. Lately, we've been getting that with Jamie's and Shan and other people who just like to chat with us and make some comments on the readings or things like that.
We just did your reading.
We just did your reading. It was the one we just finished. So if you wind back a little bit, you should be able to see it. It was pretty interesting. We hope you like it.
So good luck with that.
Good luck. And we're waiting for Alicia. You're welcome, Jefferson.
You're
hope to see
very
you
welcome.
Again.
I hope it helps. It's a little bit questionable.
The idea is basically be cautious. Whatever you do, really try to understand the situations that you may be making decisions about.
You may be facing. Yeah. All right.
Alicia, are you here?
Hey, Alicia. I don't know if she left a question.
You may have left our list without a question.
I'm going to double check.
And we probably wouldn't be able to get back to you because...
I'm going to double check.
I am too. No, they just said Happy New Year and asked if the list was open.
Yeah.
So unless they pop up, we're going to have to move on.
Let's give her a minute. Let's give her a minute.
Sure. I will talk about when we're back, which will be Thursday night. We'll be back 7 to 9, so you can check that out. It will be a great time to see us again. And those colors aren't working. Let's make them black.
All right, just a couple of minutes more. And if not, I guess you, Mary the Aries, did Mary leave us a question? I'm not seeing it. I know she said hello. All right, I think we'll move on. Mary, if you're here, now is the time to post your question. Well, maybe we won't go into that much overtime. That would be nice. So we'll see how it goes.
We're here if you are here. We're here if you're here.
And Marita, I think, posted a question earlier.
I think Marita did, so that's cool.
So we have that if we need to move on. But let's give Mary a couple minutes like we did with the other. And great.
I'll talk about our other shows. Happy Hour is back this Saturday at 10 a.m., the usual time. My Emotional Exchanges will be back on Friday. It was on just this last Friday. And I do a segment called Who's Gonna Get Lucky? So it looks at the chances of maybe a romantic encounter amongst the signs of the zodiac. Also, don't forget to watch my Goth Tarot if you're interested in any shadow work. I may be able to point you in an area for that. So check that out. And I guess that's enough for now.
And I think we're on Marita.
Alrighty. So Marita, we're up on you. And you did post a question. Let's see if I can get back to that.
Now, if Mary does show up again, I might take her because sometimes there's a delay. Maybe, we're being affected
Marita.
by
I don't
that.
see their question.
I saw it before, I thought. Hang on.
There it is.
Okay.
Marita. My training contract was canceled. Contract. Unfairly. Will I be able to keep staying with this team by continuing with the training or perhaps getting a new job?
Let's do 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hey, Marita, if you're there, we're doing your reading now.
We're doing Marita's reading. And we're going to do 2 cards for the team if you'll be back with the team, and 2 cards if you'll get another job, right? What the outlook looks like for each of those options. Hi, Marita. Good to see you. Thank you for subscribing.
Yes. That really makes our day. You just popped in. That's so cool.
We love to hear that.
Okay, should you stick with the team, right, for training, I guess?
Yeah. Wow, it's the Queen of Pentacles, or coins, and it's upright. They use different words for this deck, and it talks about support, and that's your team, so that's interesting. Yeah. But also there is the 10 of Wands upright, which is overload. That's really interesting. Let's get the Lenormand on that one. Let's take a look at this first before we look at the other option.
Okay, the coffin. And The snake.
Wow.
Well, I almost wonder if there's somebody on the team that maybe you shouldn't be trusting or doesn't like you on the team.
I think this ties into exactly what you said, that you feel you were unfairly cut from the job.
Right.
There definitely was a deception there of some sort, Marita. I don't know that it's coming from your team necessarily. It's coming from whatever, your the employer, or the people there. Something definitely underhanded happened here that came to an end. I'm looking at this as being your team, and it's really interesting to me. I feel you have support from your team members. They're sorry to have seen you go, and they feel like they're now stressed and more overloaded and overworked because of it. But also, I could look at this another way and say it's possible you could return for that very reason, because somebody out there is going to advocate for you, maybe, and that, they're overworked and they need you. They need you back.
There is another meaning to the no, I'm sorry. I thought it was the fox. The snake is almost always about a deception. Sometimes it could be a self-deception, but it could represent the idea that somebody did you dirty and it resulted towards that, or it was involved in that. So that could be saying, too, that maybe somebody just meaning to or not necessarily misrepresented you, which led to that.
Well, the thing is, we can't always count on, things to come through for you. Even if somebody advocates for you, will they be successful? So let's see what the job prospects are out there for you. Is this the purple, right? This is the purple color.
So it's an Ace of Swords?
Oh, no, it's not a sword, because
it's
sword.
The Magician, right?
Yeah, it's the Magician.
Right, because all the other symbols
all the
are
tools
there.
are there, and it was reversed.
Okay. The Magician reversed.
And the Two of Cups upright.
Yeah.
Reversed, I'm sorry.
Okay, you're sure that's cups? It's water. Okay, so 2 cups reversed in the Lenormand. We get the ship and the rider. And the rider is you moving towards that ship. And the ship means travel of some sort, movement of some sort. So that's 2 movement cards in a way. That's kind of interesting.
Well, it is, but I'm not very positive or optimistic about the other 2 cards there.
I know.
I think here what they're saying, the Magician, is you're really going to have to, there may be jobs available for you, but it's how you approach them that I think is going to be really important here. And you're really going to have maybe a struggle to find something that you feel really resonates with you, that you feel compatible with, that you feel comfortable with. That 2 of Cups really makes it seem like you're having trouble finding something that harmonizes maybe with your talents and your skills. And I think here you don't want to get in a situation where you try to just, maybe you're trying to get a job that might not fit exactly your qualifications. You want to make sure that, this fits you, because otherwise it could fail. And I think what the rider and the ship could indicate here is that, you won't last very long there. And so I think here this is just a saying that right now you should be trying to look for work regardless that this looks hopeful or not, that maybe you'll be called back. You shouldn't put your eggs all in this one basket, but you have to it may take you a little time to find another job that you feel comfortable with. That's what I'm thinking. And you don't want to fake it till you make it there. You want to make sure this really fits your skills, your talents, and that you're comfortable and you feel good about taking this job.
Okay, that was a lot, and
It
I was
was.
hoping I would get a moment to talk
Maybe
with
you have
Marita.
one now. Now let me smack you.
So,
for that.
in regards to the first question, you mentioned whether training might be possible for you to stay there or to come back there. And it's kind of interesting because to me, that magician reversed in the context of the second side may be indicating that you are going to need training one way or the other, either to have a chance at going back there or moving ahead.
Like
and
that
that
too.
it may be that it's not about you so much as that the situations you might be trying for or that are mostly going to be viable enough for you still may be a stretch in terms of where your experience or where your skills or training are, and whether or not you also harmonize. Sometimes you feel like, you'll take any job. This is a person.
Well, sometimes you have to.
Sometimes you have to. Yeah. But it really helps if you can at least have some kind of feel for the job. Yeah. Otherwise, you may just find yourself in a revolving circle where you keep getting fired or letting yourself go because you're not really happy there and you're not finding a way to progress.
And I am going to have to say something else about your training job. When I think about that 10 of Wands here, which is upright, I have another kind of bad feeling about this place. You may have support you may have had somebody who really advocated or is sorry to see you go, people who supported you on your team, but they may not be able to get through to the people who did you wrong. They may be up against the wall here. Sometimes that 10 of Wands talks about burdens. Remember, the card said overwork. So I do feel like this is putting more stress on the team that they let you go. But it could also mean that they're encountering resistance to getting you back on the team. So, and considering the snake is here and it was just such a bad thing that happened to you, you may want to set your sights on looking beyond this place. At any rate, I wouldn't wait for this to happen. I would start looking for jobs now, even though you may not find something right away. You need to test the waters and get out there and do that.
The idea is that there is some movement there, so something is bound to be in the mix there.
Keep moving. Keep trying to find something that would be right up your alley. That's what I would say. And I wish you luck with that. I'm sorry you got treated so badly.
I'm sorry too.
Too bad. I'm sorry.
It's hard to say. It really depends on whether or not you can, move yourself towards those opportunities, Marita.
I think it's really, right now, a little bit unclear. You may want to come back and check with us again, and we'll focus on, something new as opposed to the old job. It's possible in that reading that maybe we might see you going back, or we might see something new more clearly. Right now, I think it's saying you have to move this way. You have to try to find something. And it may be a little bit of a challenge because it may be a little bit of a challenge finding exactly what fits you. And also, you may have to take some extra training to fit in at this job. So I would say just keep looking. And good luck with that.
It looks like Alicia got blindsided by a shiny object.
There she is.
If you stay or leave us a question, we will do you right after Dimple Girl.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're free, to do whatever. But
or you can just leave your question.
Right.
But we will add you back in, Alicia. You came right back at the right time.
Only you, no one else.
Yep. I will throw you on the end here.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for
Dimple
coming back.
Girl is up.
We appreciate you too. We do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate everybody here. And, I wish I could have been a little bit clearer with the reading, but sometimes the cards are just not ready to answer that question.
Thank you, Marita.
We had one other reading today where I think it kind of left it up in the air a little bit, where the person can't trust their gut and they just have to start looking at things more carefully and looking for signs as to which way things are going to go. The cards did not want to give an answer there. So good luck with that.
All right, so Dimple Girl's up, and then Marita.
And did Dimple Girl leave a question?
Yes, they did. I think it was a relationship question, possibly. Let me see if I can find it. A girl who manipulated my brother. Now she's marrying to someone else. I want to ask, will she get her karma back, or will she marry to someone else happily? Okay.
Well,
Is
I
that
don't
a
know that we
2x2, or
want
how
to
do you
do
want to do
2
it?
and 2. Let's throw 3 cards
3.
and see what the
basic
tone
question
is.
is will they get
Yeah.
their karma back because of what they did?
Your deck?
Okay, it is my deck, and
It
I'm going to
is.
use my Secrets Tarot. No, Naya. We're only doing it for Alicia.
The people that were originally on the list.
Right.
So that's
We
it.
can't add you.
We're
sorry.
already 20 minutes into overtime. We do this for free, and we just don't have time. I'm sorry. I appreciate you staying, but we can't do it.
Oh, wait. That was actually an old message by Naya. I'm
Oh.
sorry. Naya's not back. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Because I had scrolled up to see something else. Okay, Dimple Girl's question.
Okay, back
Okay,
to
so 3 of Wands
reverse.
reversed. 10 of Cups reversed. And 4 of Cups upright.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's karma for that gal.
Let me just get the Lenormand out there before you get too excited there.
I'm not excited.
Although that looks very interesting to me. Oh, well, see what I mean?
Clover.
But
Lucky.
is that for her or is that for
Your brother.
Dimple Girl?
Well,
You'll see.
the question is really about her brother. Fish.
I get that, but you didn't get what I meant. So, but it'll become clear. Okay.
Alrighty.
So, you're wondering if this person is going to feel some karma. And I would say yes. You know, that 10 of Cups there does not indicate happy relationships,
Nope.
harmonic relationships. It indicates strife and trouble and, you know, bad things ahead. It could be that this person ends up in a relationship that ends in divorce, or, you know, there's just some unhappiness. It's not a happy ever after. And I feel here with that 3 of Wands too, that it's almost as if somebody's, you know, this person's plans or strategies do not turn out the way that they had hoped they would.
I would say that maybe it was just the wrong choice they made in a way. I'm going to combine it kind of with this one,
Oh,
the
okay.
idea that there
Yeah.
were choices involved,
Yeah.
and that to some
Yeah.
degree they just made the wrong choice. But I do sort of feel like they thought this was an opportunity for them, and it is not working out. It's only going to lead them to unhappiness.
Yeah, that opportunity will turn into something not good. And I think here they're not going to be happy. You know, people who do things like that, it always catches up with them. And now when I look at the following here, which is the fish and
the clover.
Clover is often a card of luck, but can also be a card of fate and timing and things like that. And so I wonder here, because of the tenor of these other cards, if it's not indicating that fate is catching up with them. You know, that this is a card of karma. And that, you know, they're going to get abundance of, I guess, they're going to get an abundance of karma thrown at them. I don't think it's lucky in this case. If anything, it's lucky for the person that they harmed or hurt in the matter. In other words, that they will see that this person has gotten what they deserve in life.
I never would have pulled that out of that, but it makes total sense.
I feel
Yeah.
it. I do. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, God, that's luck. But then I thought, oh, wait, no. It's also about fate. It's very much like the Wheel of Fortune card in a way.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So there's facets to the Clover card.
So I
And-
hope that helps then. That tells the story for sure.
And also, I have to take it with the tenor of the other cards here, which to me are very unsettled and not very positive.
Things are moving towards an expected conclusion, really, which was like You know what they say, fool around, find out.
Hey, I don't wish ill on anyone, but if this is the answer you wanted to see, you've got it.
Yeah, because you did frame your question that way.
But my advice would be is, just know it. Don't wish the ill. Let karma take its course. Never interfere, because you don't want anything to fall back on you. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck. And so finally we are on Alicia, and Alicia will be our last reading for the day. Just want to thank everybody. We had a lot of fun and excitement here. I don't know if anybody's still here. Banshee show was on this morning, and it's doing really well. So if you're looking for any kind of financial advice, you might want to go there too. She's got the little sparkles that indicate she's got a number of people viewing it.
Is it sparkly?
It's sparkly.
Boy.
20 or more.
Well, Alicia, I'm going to use my silly, what is it called? Anime Food Tarot. It's not really silly, but it's anime. And it's food. I think I've used all my decks today here. I think I did. I'm pretty sure. Wow. So we had a lot of readings. Thank you, Jackie. That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Money, money, money. Well, interestingly enough, we've got the Six of Cups, which is something called Ramune. I have no idea what that is. I got 2 cards here, there. And the Six of Cups is upright. It's interesting, they're all upright. I have mixed up these cards. The Five of Cups is upright, and it's pickled seaweed.
Pickled seaweed. Holy cow.
You're in a pickle. Uh-oh. And the Magician is upright with his rustic breakfast. Okay.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's making me hungry. That's another reason why we can't go much into overtime. I'm getting hungry here. All right.
All right. In the Lenormand, we get... Oh, it's that snake again.
There's something up here, Alicia. I'm wondering about
And this one's the dog.
That one is the dog, number 18. Yes.
Well, I get a little glimmer from that. Dog and snake. But go on.
Well, could there be... Well, this is kind of bizarre here. This is such a weird...
Angel.
This is such a weird mixed bag, isn't it? I mean, here with the Five of Cups upright, it's indicating that either you've had some recent disappointments or you're going to experience some in this next week in regards to money. It's possible here that something you were hoping would come through for you either doesn't pay off as well as you had thought or doesn't come through at all. But the good news is I don't feel you're going to lose everything out of this. The Five of Cups usually indicates that something remains. So you get something out of this. It just maybe does not, like have cup half full, cup half empty. Well, it depends how you look at it. Let's just say it's not going to be a full cup, but it's not going to be a completely empty cup either for you. I had to start there because I'm looking at the Six of Cups and I'm wondering if, like I said, if this is a job or something or some money that you were expecting to come in this week, something that's already, in process here, and maybe that's, because this is a Six of Cups and that's usually about the past, and you were hoping this would be something that would turn out better than it might turn out for you. I'll stop there with the 2 cards.
It's a bit of a mix here, but I'm wondering, is this the sense that you might have borrowed trouble on this, that maybe you already preconditioned the situation to feel like it wasn't going to be as successful as you want. That to me seems to be the Five of Cups, that maybe you're not satisfied with the success. But on the other hand, this may be indicating that maybe there's more success there and you're just not seeing it for some reason because you've preconditioned yourself to not see it, or some other reason why you don't see it. Wow. The Magician can be a trickster. Is this somebody else who's maybe hiding the success from you, or maybe an aspect of yourself that's sort of blocking you from noticing that? Is this something about you blocking your own attitudes or feelings? And I have more, but go on.
Well, I don't think the Magician is bad here. I think that, you using your own talents, your own skills, will understand what you need to do to turn the situation around. I feel here ultimately you will use your wisdom and, the skill, the tools that you have at your disposal to make this right for yourself. And I saw what you said there, and that is definitely what's showing up here in the Lenormand we pulled for you. In other words, with the dog, your loyalty is being challenged by somebody who's not very on the up and up here. That snake is all about deception. And I feel here your loyalty is being challenged by that. Or that this is a person, if it's somebody, a business, a client or a friend or something like that, they are not to be trusted.
And you're saying that with your very last statement too, in a way. I don't think we would tell you to try to work that out. But it does feel like there still are some things that maybe you will be able to take away. They just won't be as great as you would want to take away. And I sort of feel like in this respect, this Magician more aligns with the idea of a trickster, even though he's not reversed.
Yeah. Maybe
it could be saying too is that really it's the realization of your own talents and willpower that should try to propel you into something different.
Have you been connected with this person in the past by chance? I mean, because maybe what this is trying to tell me with this and this and this is don't allow, any kind of good things that may have happened in the past between you two cloud you from your suspicions about what's going on here. I'll be honest with you. I think the trade-off for you might not be that good if you go through with this. Because maybe why the Magician is here is saying your talents and skills could be better utilized elsewhere. Because the trade-off here might leave you disappointed. Remember how I said you're not going to get out of this everything you want? You might get something, but it might not be worth the disappointment or the feelings that you get or the loss that you get from going through this.
I'm Scorpionic, so I also feel there's a possibility that this person may try to deceive you that they really are more loyal and that they'll want you to understand they're motivated by loyalty. And I feel you should just be aware that that may happen. So don't be swayed. Think about your gut reactions too.
Yeah, okay. I feel that because that's what the Five of Cups upright is kind of leaving me with. So you may want to let this one go and move on to something that's more secure because I don't like this coming up at all. Yeah. Go with your better instincts here. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Wow. All right. Hey, we're done. Woohoo. All right. Well, thanks everybody. This was fun. I mean, this was a full show.
I think we had some great readings.
We always hate turning people away, and of course, even some people left. But even there, hey, we had a birthday reading to do. Those take a little longer.
You're welcome.
And we love to be able to take the time it takes to give you guys the best reading we can. So I think it all worked out. And so I want to thank all of you for joining us today. And hope to see you again soon, right?
Yeah.
check out our U.S. prediction, our first one, coming out soon.
I've timed it for 9:30 tomorrow. I couldn't decide on 9 or 10, so I said let's split the difference and go with 9:30.
It's in the morning.
Yep.
So, but you can view it anytime.
Right.
It'll be available on
And
our
it's got
YouTube.
timestamps, so if you see an area of interest, you can go right to
Right,
them.
if you just want to look at the U.S. economy or you want to look at social relations, things like that.
Oh, thank you.
And there is more to come with the U.S. because we really feel the U.S. and global or relations between certain nations are going to be important in this next administration. So we're going to be focusing a lot of attention on that in the next videos to come. And then we're going to do our world prediction.
We are incredibly grateful for your donation, Alicia. Thank you so much.
Alicia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. I wish you well, and I say go with your better instincts on this. When you said return on investment, boy, that's the perfect thing to say there with that 5 of Cups upright.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think it's there. If the 5 of Cups was reversed, maybe, but I don't think it's there. And even then, when that cup...
Happy New Year.
Just the fact that cup... Well, I just have to say, just the fact that card came up at all tells me that maybe you need to look for some other job, right? Because even reversed... Yeah, because even reversed, it's saying move on, move on.
I get that, yeah. I mean, a lot of times it feels like, sometimes you don't understand everything there is to go. But even so, sometimes you just know it still is time. You don't need to know everything to know that maybe, it is time to move on. That's the way I look at it.
All righty. Well, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day or evening. And we hope to see you again real soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.